See that SNAFU? Yeah, you're gonna help out. You know why? Because it's about Marines. SNAFU helps Marines. Get involved. Woods out. Let's go with. I'm James C. Burns, Sergeant Frank Woods, Call of Duty. Now, SNAFU. It is worth your attention, your time, and your money. They are helping Marines. And what do? We love Marines. Let's get in there. Make this happen. Woods out. And we'll do one more. Hey, you see that SNAFU? You're going to support it. Woods out. And I'll give you a couple more fun ones. I am James C. Burns, Sergeant Frank Woods, Call of Duty. Hey, Nurse Batshit! Where's my SNAFU? Right there. Let's back 'em, boys. Let's get it done. Woods out. And one more. James C. Burns, Sergeant Frank Woods. The word is SNAFU. Get involved. You will not regret it. Woods out.
How's it going?
Hey, I'm Dave. I'm the founder of SNAFU Elite. um, guess you can say I'm a 12-year Marine veteran, and we're just trying to get back one day at a time.
I'm Dan. I'm the Chief Operations of SNAFU and Head Marketing.
All right, guys, my name is Ricky. Most of you know me as Dr. E, Dr. Evil, with Goonies Crypto Cafe, and I'm also part of the development team with Rocket Ecosystem. It's a pleasure to have you guys on the channel with us today. It's a pleasure to have you guys as our guests. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir. Uh, a little bit how I came out and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm a 12-year Marine veteran. I've been medically retired. Had issues which cause a lot of obstacles to where I'm at now. Um, Not gonna lie, I had substance abuse issues that I resorted into drinking that self-medicate and stuff like that in the long run. Kind of mess with my life, family, work, and so forth. And long, it just started getting worse over the years. And yeah, pretty much with traveling for work and stuff like that, I end up getting arrested for trespassing at a bar, which I don't know, but the wife came down to bail me out. We were pretty much on the verge of divorce because of my drinking, and that kind of put it over. But that was set in stone. Like we were, that was like the last straw because there was multiple issues before that. That's when I decided to check myself in the rehab and admit that I needed help and so forth. And so while in rehab, I decided pretty much I want to be able to give back on while I'm doing this journey and help fellow veterans and so forth that do have issues. And not all veterans have issues, but help veterans overcome obstacles that they face on a daily basis, especially when they first come out of active duty and go into the civilian world. And especially especially the ones that have been deployed and do have issues from it can be um, mental issues, physical issues, and stuff like that. And so when I was when I was in rehab, and that's when the whole project SNAFU came along. The SNAFU actually stands for situational and all fucked up. I, you know, you hear that term a lot, and while in the military, in the Marine Corps, and so forth. And I thought it would be good to bring that to the crypto side. You know, you don't see anything like a Doge or anything like that, and that's pretty much just how how the project came along, personal experience, and like what was mentioned, uh, this is a relaunch, and the token contract before didn't. I mean, everything was there, but honestly, when it came to the funds for marketing and stuff like that, that is what made us push to migration, which took a little bit longer with the website and contract. So we went to a relaunch, and when the relaunch happened, it didn't go the way we wanted it to go. We had paper hands, cheats, whatever you want to call them. Um, Pretty much start selling on the spot. And there just wasn't I guess you can say, just wasn't enough buying pressure to push past that resistance. And so, you know, you know, we got a floor set, and we're gradually building up. And yeah. Yeah. One of the things that in order to make our project and mission successful is to find other projects in the crypto space that have the same vision and the same mission. And so uh, SNAFU Elite, and Valor Foundation, we made an alliance today, and we are going to work together to help provide for the veteran communities.
And that's with Valor.
Yeah, and I think it's like I mentioned before when we had our little AMA before. It's we're not considering ourselves as competitions. We are actually combining our efforts to put some good in the world in the veteran communities.
Yeah, I think so. 100%. Partnerships instead of competitors is always the way to go. Especially, BSC it can be a volatile, dirty place. So, teaming up is always a great route to take. Propping each other up instead of competing. Yeah, it was very bullish. Like, I don't know what was it, a few days ago, and it was looking. I think someone said it's like, yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna be around for much longer. And I was just looking at the chart, and I saw. I was just like, this chart is one of the bullet. If you're a smart investor, if you go scroll back maybe 3 or 4 days ago, I was like, if you're a smart investor, that's exactly the chart you're looking for. And we're almost hitting all-time high when, I mean, let's face it, if BSC hadn't, if BNB hadn't have dipped so hard as it has done over the last couple of days, we would already be over all-time high.
Absolutely. I'm looking at your chart, and it looks like a staircase to heaven, if you ask me. I mean, it's a beautiful staircase pattern we're seeing. Some shoulders, so that's a very bullish sign. And
Yeah,
you guys have a wonderful project, and the world needs to do more for our veterans. And
yeah,
there's nothing else anyone can say that would change that. That's a fact of life. And anyone who is putting in service, any country, any country, just anyone to step up to the plate in that capacity deserves the assistance, support, and help. And what you guys are doing is phenomenal. I'm a big fan, and I love what you guys are doing. And
that's
just
it.
looking at this chart, it's only a matter of time.
We're still a ridiculously low market cap, um, a market cap gem, to be honest. We've got staking with Brew Labs that we're set to up the APR soon, and we've got stuff out of already, and it hasn't been very long. So
I think this is what's called a BSC gem or low cap gem.
low
Your
cap
market cap
gem, yeah,
35,233 right now. This is unbelievably low. You have a very small token supply. The sky is the limit for you guys, literally. I mean, you guys got so much going on for you. And this partnership with Valor is a very big deal. I mean, there's nothing greater than two entities coming together for a common cause and a common good. And there's no greater good than giving back to the
yeah,
ones who put their lives on the line to serve. So,
and
bravo.
Exactly.
and I mean we've done very little marketing really. It's you know very we didn't do great in the first pre-sale, so we held like a private sale and used that, and it was actually a benefit because originally our contract um it was revolving rewards, but you couldn't set what rewards, or if people wanted BNB for say, "Oh, I don't want wrapped ether this month, I just want to stick with my one token." We didn't have that in the contract, so now because of that, failing or not doing so great in the pre-sale, we managed to go back to the contract and set it so we can actually set the rewards. And one cool thing that's been added today is originally you was being rewarded in BNB, but now you're being rewarded in Valor tokens as like
Yep.
a like a kind of like a thank you and a solidarity type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's part of the part of the partnership, and definitely what we before we did it, we did reach out, to the devs and stuff like that, and we did ask them if that's something they wanted. Honestly, permissions, transparency, and so forth. And honestly, they were honestly down for it because it it provides them more holders. Honestly, they get rewards for holding, and it can go so much further when it comes to the staking. Um, we're gonna be putting about be putting about 1.5 to 2% back into the pool, and I believe last time I looked, it was at 9%, give or take. It should put it up to 18%. We also do have farming. I mean, me personally, with it being how low it is right now, The farming would, I mean, adding it to the LP, that it'd be good. It's only going to go up and it's not going to go down. So we have the staking and we have the farming, that stuff that, the stuff that usually is put on roadmaps and put in later. We already have it when we came, well, obviously when we launched. One thing we had too is merchandise. Um, it is on it is on a third party Teespring and so forth. Um, and the cool thing too is we're gonna be what we're gonna be doing is we actually bought a domain for that, and so we're gonna actually be able to um, even though it's gonna be a third party, we're gonna be able to transfer to a domain. So SNAFU Elite .org, and we're going to be actually designing it as we want. It's still going to be, it's still going to be under the Teespring, but it's going to have that snafu style to it. And I mean, it's on the website. You can check it out. All the proceeds, everything, it goes back into the project. We do have a 10% discount on it now, which is in the TG. We'll post it on the Twitter, Facebook, all our social medias, and so it's just we have everything that's in place. Usually it takes a little bit longer for some projects to do, and it's just like Dan said, we want instead of trying to get that high hard cap and try to push it and so forth. Sometimes it is better to start lower than to start high and build it up. And instead of you know and like me and Dan we talking before, instead of doing that hype marketing, we're able to do organic marketing, get actually investors in that want to go, and then we can actually build a project from there. Instead of getting hype marketing, we're going to get that boost all the way up, and all of a sudden people got their 2x or 3x, and they dump and they're out. So I think that's one of the good things about starting where we're at right now.
Yeah,
And
I'm very against hype marketing, to be honest. I mean, it's all right if you're a meme coin, but apart from that, I mean, I think anyone that's been in this space, especially devs, know how expensive hype marketing is, and it ends up screwing you at the end of the day for the most part. Some get away with it and some keep going, but for the most part, it you get a couple of days of good days and then it's over. So we're looking to uh utility market instead. I mean, it's a I mean, I've worked for multiple projects in the past, and utility marketing it's um a new area for me. It's not something that, I mean, I don't think many projects do it. Like when I say utility marketing, I don't mean we're going to be, like we've bought our utility, we're going to be marketing it, we're going to be doing AMAs about our utility. We're going to be bringing out something, like I've got a plan, for example, where if you hold a certain amount of, or if you buy a certain amount of tokens, let's call it $5. Say you buy $5 um, a week, and that will get you into a group therapy session, for example. Originally it was going to be something like Microsoft Teams or something like that, but now with our partnership with Valor, we might be able to actually go one step further. And each week can be different. So as soon as people start hearing that, and you know it can be anything. It can be post traumatic stress disorder or alcoholism or drug abuse. It changes each week. So yeah, that's what I mean by utility marketing. I feel like, especially being a reward token, at some point or another, you're going to be earning enough rewards a week that you're not even going to need to be buying into the chart. You're just going to be earning those rewards. And yeah, that's what I mean by utility marketing is, people will start hearing that, and I can imagine people would be. It's not just like I can imagine people be like, yeah, I'll throw $5 in there for somebody that needs to, needs a therapy session this week or whatever, and group sessions. It's also word of mouth, and it's a good way to bring people. I know every project that I speak to, as I said, I do AMA hosting myself. Every project I say, tell me, they say, yeah, we're gonna try and bring people in from the, not the crypto space. They're trying to bring people in that, yeah, not into crypto. But whereas something like this, where like what I found doing my research in my idea for this is how badly, like, clearly I'm English, and we have a system set up, like we have, free healthcare, and we got the therapy sessions. It's we've got, it's everything's free over here, and me doing my research actually made me realize how bad um the vets over in the States actually have it. And as soon as I started doing my research, I just thought, I was like, yeah, this is something that I personally need to see get done. And I think, if one guy is, in a group therapy session, and he says to his mate or someone that he served with, he's like, yeah, this therapist, we're doing this group therapy, it's really good. I think that's a great way to actually bring people into the crypto space. I think it's quite a unique way of bringing new people into the space.
And I think it's a great idea, and the reason behind it is, sometimes, when it comes to their issues, and you kind of keep everything inside, and if you keep everything inside, especially some of the stuff that veterans have seen, when you go tell, when you go tell your loved ones, families, and stuff like that, you know, sometimes they would think I'm not saying they all do, but they would look at you different uh, than you were when you didn't tell them. And one of the things that I think helped me out a lot is when when I was in rehab and so forth, my therapist, counselor, whatever you want to call it, I was able to, just to talk to them, and I could say what I needed to say, and honestly, if I said, anything about harming myself and so forth, they got to, do the same. But, I was just able to open up for once, which hasn't really happened, I guess you could say. You know, since my drinking came in, since self-medicated, medicated, and so forth, and in with this, what we're trying to do, the counseling and stuff like that. I think it would help out a lot when you know talking to someone that's not biased. Honestly, when we do it, there's gonna be limitations and consent forms and stuff like that, but that's going to be down the future. But I do think it'll help out a lot, and it's and it and it doesn't even have to be for veterans. If you're a if you're a SNAFU holder and you just need to talk to someone, it's that's Dan's idea, and I think it's great. And once we get that rolling and stuff, I think it's gonna take off.
Yeah, for sure. And also, as you know, like with like Telegram groups and tokens and stuff, after a while, if you've got an active Telegram and you do things right, you know, friendships are formed in tokens, you know, and if it can help if if you know a few people that you've become friends with over the months that you've invested in, and then you can all hear each other's stories, and maybe one week it doesn't apply to you, and then the next week it will do, but it's another way to get to know people. But at the same time, yeah, like it will be something cheap, like $5. It's not going to be break the bank. It will be just something. It'll be something that's just it keeps the chart sort of kind of a little bit more active, and helps people because they'll obviously hold a higher percentage for awards. And like, for example, Dave, how many people do you know that you served with that are not in crypto that could use therapy, and that for $5 a week would use this? Like, how many people do you reckon that you've served with, and if you told them, they'd probably jump on board?
Quite a few, to be honest. I mean, I said from what I'm just off the top of my head, about 11, 12.
That's what I
That
mean. We're a very niche. It's a very niche market we're going for. The US in particular is very, patriotic compared to a lot of the rest of the world. Like the UK, for example, our vets aren't. It's not really. Um, yeah, it's not treated the same. Vets are just normal people in the UK, whereas in America, it's you're highly respected. And um, let me change my lighting. That's my TV doing that. Um, yeah, so we're going for a very niche market, and I feel like reaching out to the people that we're helping is the best way to actually market this token, personally.
and
Yeah.
the one of the things we want to do is uh, you know is when it comes to the marketing and so forth, we want to be able to market it market it past crypto space, especially for the especially for the ones that that say they do they crypto, but they only do it on the exchanges. They can't, when you try to explain like pancake swap and seeing, stuff like that, pretty much gives them a headache, like they're frying a head, egg off their, the head and so forth, because it can be complicated. And so, and, I do have a lot of friends, a lot of veterans friends that when I did start, and when I was putting on my personal Facebook and social media, they did call me up on Messenger and so forth, and I explained to them what I was doing and so forth. And when I try to talk to them, like through the process, you could just hear it. You can just hear it in their in their voice that they weren't really interested anymore. So what we also are going to be doing is added on to it. We want to be able to do some on ramp purchasing, um, where you can just connect your wallet straight to it, and you don't have to go to Pancake Swap or so forth. You can just do it right there. And when it comes to marketing, like I said, we want to reach out and be able to um, hit up the veterans that are interested, that do just go on exchanges and get ADA or stuff like that, where they'd be able to come in and actually purchase it without going on to the exchange. And I think that will really help out too.
Yeah, I think we all remember the first day we downloaded a wallet and so what do you mean pancake swap? Well, am I going, what, what are these cake tokens? I just thought it was one big joke when I first discovered, DeFi. I was like, what the hell is this? What, you scroll down the list, it's all meme coins, you got pictures of pancakes. I think we all remember that first time, and yeah, I can see how it puts a lot of people off.
It definitely is, and it's hard when you see so many projects, that are dogs and Santa and Floki and Moon this and everything like that. It's hard when you're a solid project with what you're trying to build and everything, but you don't fit that mold of what people think crypto is, and still trying to explain that. It's definitely hard, but it's awesome too. Because like you said, I mean, the first time I joined, I was like, oh, Safe Moon. Okay, now I've got Pancake. Now I've got Syrup. Now I've got Poo Coin. It's like nothing really seems serious in crypto, but it really can be a serious area and everything like that.
Hey,
Yeah,
real quick, can we get confirmation from somebody in the chat that you guys can hear Josh when you get a second? There's a delay, so we'll have to wait a second or so. We just want to make sure everybody could hear. We've got reports that people are having a hard time hearing. So give it a second, let it catch up.
Not sure why it's always my audio that gets messed up. Someone said fixed.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Sorry about that, guys. Apparently I did a lot of talking and you guys didn't even get to hear it. So I'll pull the recording and then we'll upload that for the video.
Murdoch, you still with us? There you are.
let's just type in something.
All right.
Yeah, sorry
So,
about that, Lord Dan. Please continue.
I've lost where I was. I was having to respond to somebody. Oh, let me sort my TV out. It keeps changing colours. No. Yeah, sorry, where was I?
I'd have to back it up to see exactly where we were.
We've all forgotten what I was talking about.
That's the problem we have.
I was going to comment because we were touching base on marketing. And with the plethora and overwhelming amount of meme coins that are coming out, and not to say there's anything bad about that, we don't have a problem with meme coins. Everybody's going to be different when it comes to that, but there's utility, there's meme, and there's, this giant market that has emerged from marketing things where it's just unrealistically expensive and people are charging ridiculous amounts of money for results that they cannot guarantee, even though they tell you all these organic investors, we're going to go one by one in their inboxes and all that good stuff. But the truth is, it's always a risk and always a gamble. And when you have a utility backing your project, it's only a matter of time till people hear about it. You're
Mhm.
not just a token that's here to say, hey, my last name is Inu. No offense to any Inu tokens. No offense to you at all. Just saying that there's a difference between meme and utility. So what you guys have has utility. You allow passive income through staking and farming options. So right now you guys are a low cap gem and you barely have any holders and you have plenty of tokens and you're allowing them to stake and make passive income. So that's awesome. That really is, and you guys have a purpose for existing. So, it's not like you're a meme coin just randomly sprouting out. And like I said, we're not against meme coins at all. I'm just using that as an example because
Yeah.
there's only two
Yeah.
different types of tokens. It's either you're a utility or you're a meme. It's one of the two. There's no in between anymore. So, and it's
My
awesome you
laptop
guys have.
died out. That's second there. Sorry, guys.
Sure. We see you. There you are.
I've had to use my phone now. My laptop's just melted. Don't know what's going on with it.
Uh-oh.
No problem. No problem. So we totally understand the whole concept behind the marketing. We're a newer development team ourselves, and we know it's very difficult. So taking a more organic approach to do things and, getting more support from your community, that goes a long way. It goes further than paying anybody. Community
That's
marketing.
what I mean. You can pay PooCoin, what, 10 grand a day for an ad. And
Mhm.
when you look at it, it's like, yeah, you'll get, 157 clicks that day for 10 grand. It's like, well, what, 10 grand. If I had if we had 10 grand for marketing, it'd be much better spent doing something organic like a therapy session or, building something that,
Yeah.
you
Yeah. It's a
doing
different approach.
different. I mean, we've also, I don't know if Dave mentioned it I don't know what was said when I timed out. But yeah, so we've also advertised in military magazines and things like that. So it's like completely taking a different approach of trying to get people into crypto that aren't. Because
And
I have this saying, I mean, my wallet might be today 50% down from where it was 3 days ago, but I still feel incredibly, greedy for being that one of the, like the 2% or whatever of the population is of the world that are using crypto. And yeah, that's like a big thing of mine is, I mentioned before I have a lounge and I'm always, anyone that comes in that says that they're trying to bring people in, it's just, hats off to them.
Mhm.
And
Def-
being such a niche that we are, I feel like the best way to bring people in organically is to reach out to those the people that it affects the most.
Absolutely. And I don't think there's anything stronger sometimes than word of mouth and people communicating with each other. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's another form of marketing, and that's not a bad thing. People who are not very crypto savvy or crypto friendly, it's very overwhelming in the beginning. Like we were talking about, like you guys mentioned, Pancake Swap. I mean, to be honest, I don't even like buying tokens anymore just because of the complicated process of having to buy it over on this centralized exchange or buy it on MoonPay and pay the percentages and then send it here, convert it here, all this unnecessary stuff. But the fact is, the technology is still young and we're still early. And there are people out there making changes that are benefiting us.
Mhm.
And, they're doing a lot behind the scenes and they're making it easier so we can purchase with a credit card. And one day it'll come to North America. Maybe one day it'll come to Europe. But until then, we just have to wait for it to roll out. And we're still in the beginning phases. So having
Yep.
said that, SNAFU Elite is still in the beginning phases. This thing is prime.
Exactly. We are right at the beginning of the beginning.
Mhm.
And I don't know what more
Now,
I
one
can
thing
say, really.
one thing I noticed that I thought was kind of cool, and hopefully you guys can expand on this. You guys have special like buying selling periods too, as well in the contract, correct?
Yeah, I was gonna go into the contract a little bit. Well, for one, we do just like Dan said, the contract we had before, we had rotating rewards, and we did have an issue with pink sale and so forth. And so we talked, and and we figured out it'd probably be more beneficial if we switched it to interchangeable rewards. Yeah, as long as it's on, as long as it's on, the Binance Smart Chain, and we could go something on another chain as long as it's pegged for it. So we do have that featured with it. Um, also, one thing that we wanted is when we had an issue with was in the old contract, we had to sell our native token to, pay for marketing and charity and so forth. With this contract, we don't have to. With the contract, everything is, when it comes to marketing, our resupply wallet and our charity wallet, it's all paid out in BNB. So we don't have to sell that native token when we make a donation or we send it somewhere. You're not going to or pay for marketing when the time comes. You're not going to see that drop in the contract. You're not going to see that a large red in there for paying for marketing. And just like Ricky said, we don't know if it's guaranteed to provide the buying pressure to raise it back up. So that's that. So that's something that we wanted in there too. Also, we have one sell transactions. You see contracts out there that do have awesome tokenomics, and but when you see a wallet sell, sometimes you'll see multiple sales of that same wallet. When it comes to the one sell feature in it, is you'll see one sell transaction on the chart itself, but if you go in and
All
you
right, hey
click
Liz, how we
click on
doing?
that
James C. Burns.
transaction, you can actually see that everything that is transferred inside the contract. You just don't see it. So you're not going to have that uh worrisome, I guess you could say, about it dropping. Then we also have a function there called the battlefield function. And when it comes to the battlefield, what it is, it's a 2-hour activation. It can be active at any time. We're going to be doing it on special events. We're actually going to do it after we get off with this AMA. And what it is when it's activated, it drops the buy tax down to 4%, 3%, 3%. Then we got 1% for the staking wallet. All right, and then when the second hour comes, the buy tax goes back to normal. And the first hour sell tax is raised from 15% up to 30%. And then the second hour sell tax, it goes to 25%. And after that, after the 2 hours, everything goes back, everything goes back to normal. And it's honestly it's designed to provide more buying pressure than the selling pressure, but it can also be used for special, special events, holidays, um, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and so forth. Honestly, we don't want to use it all the time because, we don't want people, waiting for it to be active by a large amount, like a large amount of wallet. Once the battlefield is ended and so forth, and they dump. We don't want that. So it's not going to be used all the time. It's not going to be used every day. But like I said, it's going to be used special circumstances, and we're not going to let the community know that's going to happen. When it happens, it's going to be out of the blue. It's going to be posted, and it's going to be why we're doing this. If we let the community know that we're going to be activating battlefield at a certain time, this date, and so forth, you're going to get a lot of you're going to get a lot of buys in there. And after it's done, you're going to get a lot of sells too. And that's, that's something we don't, honestly don't want. And we put the max wallets in there because we do know a lot of investors don't like to see past 2% or 3%, and that's one thing one reason why we had that in there is because with the whole contract we didn't have max wallets, and we actually had a whale in there. I think he had about 4%, and everyone that came in and stuff like that would ask questions and so forth, and wouldn't buy. I did message him on the side just to see what's up. And even though it says, I don't DM first, but when it comes to trying to approve the project and the company, I'm going to, I'm not going to ask for money or anything like that. I will never ask for money, but I wanted to find out, what was his decision. And one of the biggest things is that one whale that was in there, um, that held about I think it was 40 trillion tokens, and they saw that, and they're just like, they're like, and that's pretty much one of the main reasons why they didn't buy in. So we
Sure.
got that. We got the transactions are set at right below 1% until we now build up liquidity a little bit. Then we'll raise that up a little bit more because it is everyone's money, and sometimes it is a nuisance to have to do multiple transactions to get your you get your to get your funds and so forth. And we don't want that. I mean, it's your money. You can sell if you want to, but you just know with the rewards and what you have, sometimes it'd be more beneficial if you hold and spread the word of SNAFU. And by doing that, it'll raise that wallet up a little, the value in your wallet up a little bit.
No, we get it. We get it completely. A lot of people have this misconception of crypto not being role modeled after a business. And when you have a business model, in order to succeed, you have to function like a business. So when you set a tax on your token, the taxes are implemented for a reason. So everybody wants to make money. That's the nature of crypto, and that's fine.
Yep.
But if they choose to sell, there's a reason you have those taxes in place. That's to protect your project and protect your investors. And they reap the benefit of it themselves when they go to sell. Um, Everybody wins. So I mean, crypto taxes on tokens are not a bad thing. You have to build your liquidity, and if you don't build the liquidity enough, when people go to purchase, they're going to get insufficient liquidity errors on PancakeSwap, and that's not something you want either. So no, we totally get it, and you have to have anti-whale on there. If you don't have anti-whale, people are going to look at your project and say, "Hey, this guy's got 4%. I'm not buying into that because he can tank the project. He got there before me." All that good stuff. You don't want that either. Needs to be fair for everybody. Everybody wants to make a little money, and that's fine. And you're offering them passive income to do so as well. So I mean, it's a win-win. It's a no-brainer if you ask me.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it fair. We're trying to make it fair for everyone. Um, it all started with some of the original SNAFU holders transferring. Honestly, I gave them a bonus on bonus for transferring because that's what started the whole process. But I couldn't do anything crazy because it's you have to make it fair. You have to make it fair for everyone. You don't want to them coming in and just seeing what was going on and so forth, and be like, well, if I buy in now, nothing's really going to happen because I'm on I'm on the lower end of it. So that's what we're trying to do, and that's why we're focused on passive income. We're trying make partnerships and making it organic. Trying to make it organic as possible so people can come and look instead of that hype coming, people trying to rush to get in. And I think it's going pretty well. It's been, we kind of had that hiccup at launch and stuff like that, but I'll say it's going well, and all we got to keep on doing is just spread the word and keep on representing, uh, and I think it's going to go well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Hey, Josh, can we pull up their website and share the screen so everybody can see it?
Yeah, give me 1 second here. Let me move a couple of things.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of go through their website so everybody could see it and have a first view look for those who don't have a way to do it for themselves and they're watching.
Caught me off guard, so I got to create a different screen here. And for those of you guys watching while I'm getting this fixed, if you can, go ahead, like and subscribe too. We're going to be trying to bring more AMAs. I know they're not your professional, like high quality production or anything like that. We're just trying to bring organic conversations and everything.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the format.
Yeah, guys, we know we're not doing these videos that with all this high quality graphics and sounds and all that other cool stuff, but what we are trying to bring to you is quality projects. We're bringing you good conversations and we're not putting time limits on things. We're giving you a chance to meet the developers, understand who they are, what their project's really about, and give them an opportunity, a platform to speak to all of you and explain their projects firsthand. So it's not this is not a paid subscriptional or nothing like that, and none of this is financial advice. As always, do your own research, but these guys are pouring it all on the line so you can see all about their project, and they're showing you who they are. They're not running from a camera. They're not doing any of that. They're here and they're explaining their platform perfectly, and a lot of developers don't want to do that. So that's very different. And that's what we're trying to bring you guys. We're trying to bring you guys quality projects from developers you may have not ever heard of, but these projects are great and they're not getting any recognition. And the market we're in right now is it's a horrible market to market in because everybody wants like 10 B&B for a quick repost, something that you have to supply them and a picture you have to give them just for them to hit copy and paste. And that's
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
know. And a lot of those people that are charging those prices are getting themselves a bad name as well, and they're still getting away with it.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
And unfortunately, there's people riding those coattails and scamming other people as well. So,
Yeah.
and we're trying to bring something different. Like I said, more
I mean,
affordable.
I've enjoyed the format of what you guys are bringing. It's almost it's got a podcast type of vibe to it, which is it's kind of refreshing to the normal. Just trying to deep dive into the contract and just all the boring stuff. This has been a general. You got to see who we are, like you said, and we've got nothing to hide or anything like that. It's um as you said, but I don't know if you was recording at the time or I'm gonna drop you in it, but like you said, you're just gonna wing it. And yeah, that's exactly how the conversation has flown. It's sort of yeah, so I've liked it.
Yeah, I mean, we went over the technicals on the side the other night and everything, and asking some
Yeah.
questions. I don't want to bore anybody with it. I could get really nerdy and geeky, but that's not what people are wanting to know. They want to know about the project, about the team, they don't want to know every single function. But that said,
No.
I do have the website, so we could go ahead and pull this up.
Yeah, let's pull
Um,
that site up so we can go over the website for everybody. I want them to see it. You guys put so much effort
The
into
website's
the
good,
website.
right?
this website is sick.
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
insanely
Sick
jealous.
was the word- Sick was the word I was gonna use, but then I thought, no, yeah.
No, it's definitely a big improvement to the website we had before. And that's one thing I wanted when it came to essentially rebranding is the website. And we have an investor that's with us. He's still with us. Well, he was. So we'll put it this way: he was watching, but fellow veteran and so forth. And when I was looking around and stuff like that, he did mention some stuff, and I reached out, and we actually had a Cody coin. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. They do marketing and stuff like that. They're the one that did the website pitch, I guess you can call it. And it's just I'm really really impressed by it, and they did outstanding job to it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a very smooth and, like I said, to me, I would say sick looking website. Um,
And I believe
and
they've done it on WordPress as well, which is even more impressive.
I've tried to use WordPress, and yeah, I get like a hello world screen. That's about as far as I can get with that.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they've done it on WordPress. I mean, I might
Yeah,
be wrong,
yeah, it
but
is WordPress.
yeah, no, I mean, WordPress is one of those. Yeah, WordPress it's just a crappy website. That's what it creates. To see what they've managed to do with WordPress is just impressive.
Yeah.
Very.
And so taking a look, I mean, just right when you come to the website, you're getting the logo right in your face, which is awesome. That logo design is really awesome too. But you're also getting, your short links up at the top and everything, and then kind of the meat and potatoes of what people want. They want to know, how do I get a hold of you? Boom, right there. Join our community. I want to see the contract. Boom, you got a link. Can we buy? Boom, right there. All just front and center the minute you go, um, which I think is great. And the layout and everything, you have it right there. And then, as again, with the feature of WordPress and the design, is you have it's just very seamless from top to bottom. You can go with global platform. As we scroll down, you got the little bits and pieces: the veteran created, veteran trusted.
When you see the soldiers move, I thought I was tripping out for a while. Like when I first saw it, there's like a little in the background. It's like the soldier, the video of the soldier,
Mhm.
and he moves very slightly. And it wasn't just me; it was another team member. And it's like, is he moving, or am I tripping out? It was like a few of us go. I think it's been improved now. Like I think it's been sped up, but the original version, it was we couldn't work out if he was moving or not.
Sure. I mean, very plainly, what are the taxes? Where's it all going? Um, and your roadmap here. It's again front and center. What does the team want to do? What are your future plans? What are you guys doing now? Kind of where are you? It's always nice to see that kind of.
Yeah, and then when I did that roadmap, I didn't want to go and do months, quarters, or anything like that. So I decided to do it by phases, and
Mhm.
that's why it's broken down like that.
Yeah, I think it's a very logical, you know, phase of where you want to go and everything like that. And of course, we all know in crypto, sometimes things happen faster for one thing that we're working on than something else. And so, you get sometimes you'll be still in phase one, but something in phase two will happen. And this just at least gives a clear, concise, oh, hey, all of a sudden a second partnership happened. Well, we can check that off, even though we're still in the same, the phase one kind of layout there. And then the team and everything here, I think is great. As far as having a picture of kind of the face of who you're talking to and everything like that. Um, the only thing I would personally say is, Dave, I know you have your LinkedIn, but some other kind of social, more of that doxing kind of feel would be, again, that's just kind of a perspective. It's kind of the doxing without getting an official doxing.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's something I could add on.
So, like, Dan, if you have like a LinkedIn or something like that, throw that on for everybody if you could. And it's more just, like I said, an unofficial doxing without paying to have a dox company.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I mean, I'm doxed all over the place,
Sure.
so
No,
I don't mind it at all. I mean, you see, my name is. I think my name in here is still the same as it is on Telegram. Yeah, that's because Lord Dan of the Thong. My first ever doxing was. I mean, I used to be a tribal art dealer before with, COVID and stuff. And my first ever doxing picture was me visiting a tribe in Indonesia wearing one of their traditional, um, like I call it a thong, but it's more like, yeah. So that
sure.
that was my first ever doxing. So I've got absolutely, I've got no shame. I've got nothing to hide. But, nearly, and I mean, I've got a community, and like I said, I work for a few projects. I didn't join SNAFU at the beginning. I joined during the rebranding. They asked for me to be an advisor, and I kind of just stuck with it. So yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to. I mean, I haven't really updated my LinkedIn for a long time.
Oh, trust me, I'm there too.
And mine just says tribal art dealer, and then I've left it at that. It's like I've never really needed to use it, but I mean, yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, I honestly don't have any complaint. I just know some people, if they want to know a little bit more or things like that.
yeah. I mean, I am happy to even grant them access to my Facebook. I don't give it. I really don't care. Just don't add me. Anyone listening, you can find me. You can find me on Facebook. Just don't add me, please. I don't use it. You can just find me.
I
I
don't
think
need
my
to know
profile.
about your dinner.
Yeah, you'll know exactly who I am because my profile picture is the photo I was describing.
I see a couple questions in chat, guys. Hold your questions here. We'll finish going through the website, and then we'll go ahead and open up those questions so we can ask everybody. But again,
Yeah,
like I
guys,
said,
the site is awesome, by the way, and I like how you guys are all doxed or whatever. I mean, that's just a crypto term anyway, but you guys have your faces out in the open. You're here on video with us. The world knows who you are. We can clearly see you guys aren't hiding from anybody. The only thing I think we're missing are some KYC badges. That's about it. But
Yeah,
that comes in time. We know that
yeah,
too firsthand. It's hard to get that.
yeah.
absolutely.
But I mean,
And
I'm happy to, like I said, I have a lounge that has, I don't know, it's a very fast growing community. They all know I'm not fussed to say I'm from Kent in the UK. I mean, Kent's a very small place. Uh, I've got no worries about, even publicly doing things when it comes to SNAFU or any project that I'm involved in. Yeah.
Sure.
yeah,
Any
and
if I'm involved in a project, I've done my research and I trust everybody wholeheartedly. And that's a rare thing to do. Rare thing to do in crypto is to trust someone wholeheartedly.
absolutely.
Especially when you're not neighbors.
Yeah.
That definitely it makes it difficult. But yeah, no, I love the website, but I'm gonna be quiet now because I want Josh to go ahead and continue on, and I keep cutting him off.
He's good at that. So I mean, like we were talking about earlier here with your guys' merch, and this is some sick designs. And you guys kind of cover everything with the face mask, the different t-shirts, stickers. I am definitely gonna have to grab some of this. I love, again, the company you guys are going with, same one we do too. So I know the quality of the merchandise is top notch.
And the customer service.
Absolutely.
I mean, our logo is pretty dope, right?
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one of the it's one of the better logos that you see. It like I'm not trying to like say anything bad about other people's logos, but it's one of those ones. Like, I mean, I'll have a shield bot, so every now and again, I'll put the Telegram into the shield bot, and it comes up with a picture. It's one of those. It's one of those pictures that 99% of the time when it goes into like a lounge or like one of the shield groups, you just skim over them, don't you? You just skim over
Mhm.
99% of whatever's being shilled at the time. But I feel like our logo is one of those ones that it's like it stands out and it's got the potential for you to, to think, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm going to click and see what that's about.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can't miss this logo. Not a mile away.
Yeah,
You can't
that's
miss
what
it.
I
It's
mean.
out.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Jay, he's over in the UK too. He takes care of the graphics, and he's like all the designs on our merch store. He's done all of that. He's just the work he does. It's he puts time in it, and he wants, and you know that's his that's his call sign. I person, and most of the time it's just on Photoshop. I I don't know anything about Photoshop, so I try to get on there and do some stuff. I'm just like, ah, man. Most of the time, they can really get into it. You got to go to school and shit, or take a class for it. But yeah, like everything that's done, all our graphics, been done by Jay.
Massive shout out to Mr. J. Jay's done an
Yeah.
amazing job on the graphics. Beautiful. Everything
He's
is
done. I believe he's designed the NFTs as well.
You guys have NFTs.
Well,
Uh, no, we actually freelanced a couple of the NFTs. We got nothing crazy going on. I mean, we got a few out there, but Dan reminded me what we're trying to do is we're also trying to do integrated NFTs, and essentially what it's essentially what it's going to do is honestly we're looking for if you're a holder and you purchase it, you get a reward, it's another passive income from it, and then you know uh, you know then a portion of it will go to the charity wallet, and a portion of it will go into the marketing wallet. None of it's really going to be going to the team or anything like that. So
Right,
we're
right.
looking at that. We're working on it. We're working on it right now. But we all know it's you're working with people all across the world, and so it's time zones, this and that. It can be difficult, but that's something we have going on. And but we do have, I mean, we do have some and we do have some entities.
call them
I said
diamond-handed,
about like 6 of them. What's that?
diamond-handed NFTs for those that got into the private sale and
Yep.
are still
Yep.
around.
They're going to be getting airdropped. We're just doing some research on where we want to actually mint them, and
Oh, we get it.
once that's done, we're gonna go and drop them.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
Oh,
no, we get it. Great way to reward your diamond hand holders, and
absolutely.
that goes a long way. And we're
Uh,
we're
and
actually
they're
really
cool
big
as
fans of
well.
that.
Yeah, they're cool as well.
Absolutely. So that's cool. We'll be on the lookout for that later on. Something new to add to the revenue stream because it's a utility in a sense too because it generates income for the project and kind of keeps everything self-sustaining in-house. So that's awesome.
Now I know you three didn't get to see it, but I did flash one of those in the video. So anybody actually watching got to see some of one of the ones I pulled from what you guys had in your chat and everything like that. So was there any like other certain topics that you want? I know like if Steve has a question.
Yeah, guys.
I
Anything
mean,
you wanna know?
honestly, I think we've been talking a lot. So I was seeing if, anyone that's watching and so forth, if they got any questions for us, or
Sure.
maybe it's something we have missed, and um, we just go from there.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, one last thing I need to iterate on is, like what I said about the utility marketing and stuff, that doesn't mean that we're not going to do the normal BSC marketing. It just means we're not going to be doing the hype marketing. Like I already said, I've got a shill bot that about a couple that send out every, I don't do it every day because, it's, yeah, it gets annoying, but you know what I mean. We're doing all the, hitting the lounges, and I mean I'm friends with some of the guys at the big lounges and stuff, and we get free pin posts and stuff like that. So, it's not like we aren't doing the normal BSC marketing. We're just not doing the big time hype marketing. I mean, to be up for a small market cap, it's not really worth it anyway at the moment. Maybe in the
Sure.
future, but
So
you know,
you're not gonna pay 8 BNB to 15 BNB for a hype man? You're not
yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah,
you're not
uh,
gonna you're not
it's-
what about the sir, 15
Sir,
BNB? I'll hype your project?
I'm going to pay
when
half a B&B to some guy with a botted telegram to do a call out that brings absolutely zero people into into the telegram, and even the ones that do are just bots and don't buy. So
Mhm.
yep.
yeah, like we did do a lot of call outs, and we used some of the big, I'm not going to say any names. We didn't use like the big guys, um, mainly purely because they don't really mess around with small market caps. But we used some of the more well known ones, and I mean honestly, it wasn't really effective. It brought people into the Telegram, but that's about as far as it got us really.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those. I personally there's no impression it can leave on you. You know, like everybody who listens to this video watches it, they're going to hear a first-hand account from you guys and know everything about your project. They're going to be
Yeah.
able to see your website, they're going to see your merchandise, they're going to see your chart, they're going to look at everything. And I think that is priceless. I think that is the best kind of way to represent a project. I don't think a pinned post with a picture on it is actually going to get the point across.
I
First,
don't think I've ever bought a pinned post
no,
project.
me
I've
either.
never done it. I don't
No,
think I've ever even joined the Telegram.
Mm-mm.
no, me either. It's pointless. I
But
think you guys have a very bright future personally, though, and I think it's
it's
only a
one of
matter of
those
time.
things you've kind of got to do during a pre-sale, though. You
Yep.
got to bring the hype, unfortunately, and that's the way to do it. But yeah, AMAs are the way to attract the real investors for sure.
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
So let's kind of weird. Looks like there's only a couple of questions here. And so a big one, going back to the tokenomics, the question that Steve has is at what point does tokenomics trigger reflections into the marketing wallet? Now, from my understanding, it's just automatically taxed and goes right in, correct?
Oh, it's actually that's a good question. It's actually set up just like the reflections. The gas has to get built up, which is I believe it's 0.025, and it doesn't automatically get taxed and go into the marketing wallet. It gets built up.
Mhm.
Then once the gas gets where it needs to go, it's from my understanding, it's when the reflection for the rewards that goes out to the holders. That's when it gets dispersed.
Okay. So it just kind of
So
pushes to everybody.
yes, sir.
Cool. Another thing, this isn't really a question, but kind of a mention here is that some call sign patches on the merch or NFTs would be kind of cool. You know, maybe they're mentioning want to use them maybe with the airsoft team or anything like that. I guess that's
Well,
more
yeah,
just
yeah, that's something that's something that we're going to be doing that we want to do with the NFTs, and I'm glad someone brought that up. When it comes to these NFTs, we're going to be looking at they're not going to, they're not going to be, they're going to be, we're looking for good quality. We're not going to be looking for like a 3D animation or anything like that. And what they're actually going to be, each unit has challenge coins. They have
Mhm.
mottos. They have patches. For example, for me, for example, one of the units I was in was Second Battalion, 8th Marines. That was my first unit. That was my first unit when I was boot, straight out of boot camp. Went to Camp Geiger, did my training there, and I went to 2A, and I was all hell because I was a boot. But one of their mottos was America's Battalion. So you know, so with their with their coin or their logo and stuff like that, honestly, it's going to be on a 2D card, and there's going to be a motto, be like a, this is. It's not final or anything like that, but be like American flag in the back of it. Another another one that's oh, and sorry, it's just like for 1-9, they're known as the Walking Dead. So it's just that that's the plan 2219. There's army units, naval units, and so forth. So there is going to be NFTs with those that come in play, and each one that we're going to try to do, um, you know, we just don't want to mint it. We want to be able to put a contract behind it, and for like this is down the road, but like for like when it comes to the marine patches or the coins and stuff like that, they're going to have a unique feature behind that contract, and the Navy will have one, and so forth. Like I said, that's a little bit down the road, and we are going to push some out to the mint and drop in and purchase at a marketplace and so forth.
cool. I think that's definitely a unique thing to have. Something tangible, physically tangible too. So really cool there. Is there anybody else that might have any questions?
Just realised it looks like I'm on the casting couch.
Yeah,
Everyone gets that reference.
you are
It's
on the
just
black
dawned-
couch.
It's just dawned on me.
All right,
I
all
guess
right, guys. This is not that kind of a video. It's we don't want to mislead anyone.
Yeah, yeah. Don't get my name twisted.
cool. So
Well, guys, it has been an absolute esteemed pleasure to have you on the show today, and we can't thank you enough for giving us some time and explaining your project. It's been awesome having you guys. Truly has.
it absolutely has, and
Thanks for having us, and I'm glad we got together, a couple days ago when we talked, and you know, good things are going to happen. And once again, we really appreciate this.
oh, not a problem. Like I said, we try to keep it, more of a friendly chat kind of thing that just happens to be broadcasting. And that way it's not scripted or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, anytime if you guys, yeah, apparently with a black couch. Anytime, I mean, if you guys have some updates, always let us know. For any of you guys watching though, down below, go ahead and, like I said, hit that like, hit the subscribe. If you have any questions for later, definitely just ask it right there in the comments. Links to the website and the Telegram are in the comments and the description. So definitely, reach out to the team. You can reach out to us, anything like that. But definitely check out and the team and see what they got going on. Again, we're not financial advice. None of this is financial advice, but you know, definitely me personally, I think it's a great opportunity and a great investment